Nozarashi. It's about damn time. Let's go. So yet again, another fighting chapter for the most part with this week's chapter of Bleach, Kenpach versus Gremmy. Gremmy is excited, and I found it pretty freaking hilarious how both of them kept on saying, "You're boring, no you're boring, no you're boring." I was just like, okay, you're both fucking boring, now shut up. Well, Kenpachi's not boring, but you get what I mean. You can see more of a tactician within Kenpachi now. Before it was just like, let me swipe my sword, I don't care. Now he's more a little bit calm, and like he's realizing, okay, these delays, I can use those to my advantage, pretty much of his healing, and he was working him into a corner. So I really feel like if anything that Kenpachi has grown since, like, you know, back in the day or whatever, is that he's more tactical when he fights, and he's more looking at it and kind of saying, okay, I can use this to my advantage, and he's not just swinging his sword like a brute, and he's truly evolved. I mean, for a split second there, he almost worked him into a corner where he was pretty much imagining his own death, and it pretty much took Kenpachi to tell him, like, hey, you're imagining yourself losing. So in a sense, Kenpachi probably messed up right there, but he's like, yo, I have no regrets. So I kind of like the badassness. And once again, I feel within these chapters, within this fight, one of the things that Kubo's trying to drive for us is something that we already know and we don't really need to know again, but I guess it makes sense to see it because, hell, it's Kenpachi, and whenever Kenpachi's around, that's what it is. And that's that Kenpachi's a fucking badass. Like, every line that comes out of Kenpachi's mouth is, yo, I'm epic, bro. And it's not even him talking himself up, it's just that it's the way he writes it that is like, yeah, Kenpachi's fucking epic. But we don't necessarily need to know that because we already know. And I guess these past couple years is the years of the meteorites, because I feel almost every year we get somebody dropping a meteor. It was like 2011 or 12, Madara was dropping meteors. Last year we got One Piece characters dropping meteors, and now this year we got Gremmy dropping a meteor. It's like the big three drop meteors, I guess. You can see that this is desperation on Gremmy's part at this point. He's like, I'm gonna destroy everything, and he's using his imagination to drop this meteor, but at the same time he's making a second version of himself, so that way even if the meteor drops and it kind of like, you know, obliterates everything, he's like imagining, okay, I'm not gonna die. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if none of this is actually happening, and this is all because they're within that sphere. Like, everybody that's looking outside, there's probably not even a meteor there, and it's only everything that happens within the sphere that, you know, is pretty much what seems to be real. Because, like, people, if they saw there was a meteor dropping, don't you think somebody else would have jumped out of nowhere and, you know, stopped that meteor from coming down? So I wouldn't be surprised if this is just all an illusion within this bubble. And I guess finally Zaraki's gonna get an opportunity to slash something that he's never tried to slash before, a meteor. So that's probably gonna be another one of those moments when it does happen, like, yeah, Zaraki's a fucking badass, he's gonna slash a meteor in half like nothing. So overall, it was a good setup towards the end, especially when we finally get that Zaraki is going to finally say the name of his Zanpakuto, and I'm guessing that's just the Shikai part because it was just only one name, and usually for it to be Bankai it has to be the full name. So I don't know if Zaraki knows his Bankai at this point. It kind of seems as though maybe he only knows the Shikai, unless like he just wants to go like Shikai for right now because he doesn't feel like Gremmy is worthy of him going full Bankai, or he just doesn't know Bankai because he yells out Nozarashi at the end, and that's just like one name instead of two. So I don't know, but as a whole, it was like finally we got some good progression to it. Seemingly it's going to be the end within the next, I would say, 1 to 2 chapters. Gremmy's probably going to get put out because now he's giving everything he got. He's dropping a meteor, he did everything he could possibly do, and now you got Zaraki going Shikai, and Zaraki was already pretty much backing him into a corner without Shikai. He's about to go Shikai, he's probably going to fucking put him in a corner and just, you know, after he gets rid of that meteor, he's probably going to imagine his own death or something. It would be real interesting if it's like a really dark thing where Gremmy just like, he gets so freaking scared that he just imagines himself being decapitated and it ends like that. And that's again assuming that all this isn't just like mind illusions within this bubble, so we'll have to wait to see. But as a whole, this was probably the best chapter in the past couple weeks. It was like, okay, finally we're getting somewhere, we're going somewhere, so it was a good chapter. I'm gonna give this one 7.5 out of 10. It was good, it's progressing, finally we're moving along, and hopefully this fight with Gremmy is gonna overall come to a cease pretty soon, because it hasn't been like one of those Zaraki fights, those classic fights like when he fought against like Noritora or something like that, or when he fought against Ichigo. It was just like this crusty kid that thinks he's something, but Zaraki been exposing him all along and basically saying, I'm Zaraki, go fuck yourself. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this confirms Zaraki doesn't have Bankai, or do you think that is the full name of his Bankai? Maybe his Bankai isn't 2 names, it's just 1, or you think that's just Shikai? Also, what do you think about this fight with him and Gremmy thus far? Do you feel as though it's been lackluster? Like me personally, it's just been whatever with this fight. I haven't been like all that excited, to be honest with you. It doesn't feel like one of those classic Zaraki fights. It just feels like, Gremmy, you think you're big shot, Zaraki's gonna own you, and maybe Zaraki will have a better fight later on. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to see Zaraki, Shikai, or Bankai, whatever the fuck it is that he's about to summon next week, because regardless of what, him saying the name of his sword means that shit is gonna get epic, and I'm really looking forward now to next week's outcome and see what's gonna happen to that meteor, what's gonna happen to Gremmy, and how Zaraki's gonna beast. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.